Humans. Thousands upon thousands of years of growth has shaped us into intelligent, powerful, and sophisticated beings. However, our species seems to have a certain level of trouble treating each other with respect and the dignity that we all deserve as individuals. The Catholic Church teaches us a number of principles by which to live our lives. These principles are reflected and explored in the movie from 1980, The Elephant Man, directed by David Lynch. Okay, quick trivia game. What famous American comedian's production company took on this film? If you guessed Mel Brooks, you're 100% correct! This movie most predominantly explores the ideas of human rights and preferential option for the poor. The two scenes that both negatively and positively show these principles are the train station scene and the scene where the doctor, played by Anthony Hopkins, lets the Elephant Man meet his wife. Human rights. The Catholic Church defines human rights as protecting the duty, safety, and most importantly, rights of other human beings. The Elephant Man is a true story about a deformed man who has spent his entire life on display in a freak show, until one day Dr. Frederick Treves, played by Anthony Hopkins, discovers him and decides to study and educate him. The movie is full of powerful and moving moments that tug at your heartstrings, whereas on the other hand, it's also chock-a-block with disgusting and almost scary acts of brutality against the Elephant Man, who is named John Merrick. The first scene I'm going to analyse is a scene where John Merrick is being cornered at the train station by a group of people as they look at him and ridicule him for being the freak of nature he is. This is a very famous moment in the movie because of the sheer brutality of it and the delivery of the famous line,
I am not an elephant! I am not an animal!
Yes,
Well,
you
you
said
said
it.
it.
If you don't know what it is,
I'd rather spit on you than call you a human, you freak. John is simply trying to board a train, but these people totally ignore the fact that he is a person, a human with dignity and a heart like any other person. They treat him just like he's nothing. The scene even ends with him being dragged off by the police. I mean, human rights? Any human rights here? I don't see any human rights. No human rights here. No human rights here. This scene is a perfect example of depriving someone of human rights and treatment as a human that he deserves. However, one scene that positively reflects the idea of human rights is the scene in which the doctor lets the Elephant Man meet his wife.
I just tried. I'm not used to being treated so well by a beautiful woman.
Would you like a cup of tea?
The doctor took the Elephant Man into his custody after discovering him at a freak show, but once he started to study him, he got a little more than he bargained for. The main ingredient in this big guy is love. A bit of love. So the doctor then, holy shit, So then he shows him to his wife. Upon first glance, the wife looks startled, but once she actually treats him with respect and just how she would treat any other man, she realizes that he is just a poor, tortured soul. The three of them then go to have tea, and they discover that he's just an ordinary person, despite what he looks like. And this is why this scene is a prime example of human rights being displayed in the movie. The fact that they just treat him as a human rather than an animal is in itself providing him with his rights and with everything he deserves as a person. Preferential option for the poor. Another principle shown in this film is the notion of preferential option for the poor. This simply means that we as people have to create conditions for the disadvantaged and help them in whatever way we can. This film pretty much is all about that ideology, with the doctor taking John into his house and caring for him. However, this once again is ignored throughout the movie as well. Much like the first point, the scene that seems to be the most graphic and prominent with these aspects is the train station scene. As you can gather, in this scene, John is being chased until he's cornered in a men's bathroom, then gawked at by a bunch of people he doesn't even know. Driven to his breaking point, he shouts out the clear fact that he is not an animal, and is in fact a human. The reasons that this scene discards the principle of treating the disadvantaged with care and respect is blatantly obvious. Not only does no one come to help or stick up for him, the poor guy is dragged away by the police, no questions asked. The fact you would even consider the possibility of positive treatment in this scene is just ridiculous. Whereas on the other side of the spectrum lies the tea scene again. These two scenes, though short, provide us with two very different views of the same person and the same movie. The doctor not only has provided John with a room and food, but he's letting him meet his wife. The wife herself treating him with respect and care, despite meeting him for the first time and being slightly afraid. This is a beautiful scene because of how it shows to never judge a book by its cover, and once you realize that all people, though disadvantaged, all have a story to tell and have a heart like anyone else. All in all, this is a beautiful movie with plenty of scenes that move the viewer and make them see the world from a whole different perspective. It teaches you to not be so judgmental and give everyone a chance, because no one deserves to be mistreated or judged. And in the end, the Elephant Man, he proved to be the most beautiful person of all. It's what's inside that counts, kids. Remember that. Remember it!